Okay, should we start?
Yes, please. Dr. Mehari, please.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Good morning, good afternoon, or wherever you may be, distinguished colleagues, esteemed panelists, honored guests, and dear friends. On behalf of People to People, it gives me great joy and privilege to warmly welcome you to today's gathering. We are especially grateful to our partners at Anandaj for joining hands with us to make this important session possible. We come together at an exciting moment as artificial intelligence is beginning to reshape the way we teach, learn, and practice medicine. For Africa, this represents not only a challenge, but also a remarkable opportunity to strengthen healthcare and education for generations to come. Your presence here, whether as panelists, participants, or friends, signals a shared commitment to dialogue, collaboration, and action. I extend my heartfelt thanks for taking the time to join us and look forward to the rich conversation that will follow. Once again, welcome. We are honored to have you with us and wish you beautiful discussion forward. Thank you. Over to
Sorry.
you.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. We are delighted that you have been able to join us with our partners P2P, who the last time we ran this kind of webinars was during COVID, when people just first stayed at home. And as Professor Mahari said, I mean, the AI is really at the point where it can be disruptive in many areas, and we're very interested in sort of focusing on what might happen in healthcare and in tertiary education. And we're sort of extremely delighted that we have amazing speakers, and we're very grateful to the speakers and moderators who have been so kind to take time from their busy schedules to join us, and also for you who are taking time from your busy schedule to join us for this first conversation on AI. Our introductory speaker is having a little issues on technology. And so what we will do is we'll go straight to the first panel. And once we can get the introductory speaker back online, then we will then she will speak. We're very lucky to have the Deputy Vice Chancellor from University of Professor Angela is now here. So we're very lucky to have okay. Professor Angela, we cannot hear you well. Okay. But we're very lucky to have Professor Angela, who's a new Deputy Vice Chancellor from University of Port Harcourt, and also the Treasurer of the African Medical School Consortium, sort of joining us for introductory remarks. Professor Angela, do you want to try again? We couldn't hear you well, but if not, I will come back to you to see if there's a different way we can get you on. Hello? Professor Angela? Okay. While we're waiting for Professor Angela, I was going to introduce Miss Abimbola Osho, who is a strategist and independent advisor, and with strategy consulting experience at EY Pantheon and McKinsey, Mastercard Foundation, and Shell, and is a financier looking at valuation, very interested in infrastructure, including energy and healthcare. And so we're very delighted that she's able to join us to moderate this session. And I think as Ms. Shaw recently completed her third master's from one of the top business schools in the world. She's probably quite hot on what's happening in artificial intelligence. Ms. Osho, over to you for panel one. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here. And like Dr. Igwe said, I'm hot of education, AI, and a proponent of AI in education, much to the bane of a lot of my professors at my recently completed program. I will just apologize in case you see my eyes moving from one screen to another. I have two screens and the questions are on one screen and the video is on the other. So it's not that I'm avoiding eye contact. It's just that I want to make sure that I'm saying the right thing at the right time. So we are going to be running the first panel called Scaling AI Capabilities in Tertiary Education. And our panelists today are Dr. Kate Tulenko, who is the founder of Corvus Health. She's an AI change management expert, and she's currently based in the US. I assume that's where you're dialing from, Dr. Kate. We also have Dr. Achieng Ling, a healthcare programs director at the Africa Leadership University. Welcome, Dr. Achieng. I hope I pronounced that well. And then finally, we have Professor Abu Germa, who is an associate professor of economics at the Graduate School of International Public Policy at the University of Tsukuba in Japan. Welcome everyone. So I mean, we are at a very inflective point as a civilization. AI has, everybody knows how quick AI has just spread into our everyday life. I'm sure some people use AI almost on a daily basis more than they would even use Google. And so there are so many options these days. There's so many tools available from ChatGPT to other large language models. And we find that institutions like Harvard Medical School are already embedding AI literacy directly into their curriculum with mandatory courses, PhD programs, and even AI-driven virtual patients and auto-grading systems. So the question for us today is, how do African universities adapt these innovations to suit our own unique realities, i.e. train more doctors, nurses, and health professionals at scale without losing human touch that defines care? So to start with, I want us to just spend some time just talking about how we can scale our capacity with Gen AI. So starting with the big picture in how can we use AI to help us close the Africa healthcare care gap, right? And I want to direct this first question to Dr. Kate. When we think about the African continent, we know that the projections are currently saying that we're going to need about 6 million additional health workers by 2030. From your experience, how can generative AI tools like intelligent tutoring systems, automated assessment platforms help us scale medical education while maintaining quality?
Great, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. First of all, I want to frame the issue a little bit. AI can be used in education in 4 ways. It can be used for learning. It's shown that students learn faster, they learn better, more, and they learn with greater learner satisfaction with AI. It can also be used for assessment to see if they're doing well. And then once the assessment is conducted, it can do catch-up learning. And then we need to teach students how to ethically and safely integrate AI into their practice. And then finally, AI can be used to manage health professional schools. Most health professional schools, through no fault of their own, they don't have any professional management. And there are a lot of efficiencies that can be gained through using AI management platforms. So that said, it really is quite easy to integrate AI into medical education because there are existing platforms that are priced for African markets that can be used. And it doesn't have to be seen as an add-on, an additional work. Students are already studying anyway. Now they can study with AI platforms.
Thank you, Dr. K. That was very, very, very insightful. I'll just ask one follow-up, and I'll open it up to any of the other panel members, if they fail. I mean, we see that some big institutions and universities are using AI-powered virtual standardized patients and auto-grading. Frankly speaking, many African universities may not be as resourced as the big institutions to be able to proliferate such to roll out such widespread usage. What would be the most practical and impactful starting point for us? Dr. Aiching is raising their hand.
Thank you. I like that you mentioned that we do have certain fiscal constraints in universities in Africa. And just as mentioned, we can start off by solving real pain problems, starting off with asking our stakeholders, our lecturers, what's draining your time? Most of them will say grading, creating assessments. I do believe if we start here, then we can really improve the time allocation for some of the activities for our faculty. So time-consuming tasks like marking of those exams, creating personalized revision schedules, so that our faculty spend most of their time being valuable mentors or in complex clinical skills. I do also believe that generative AI allows us to simulate patient interaction. So we may not need as much initial investment to simulate those interactions for medical interviews, training, and also refining clinical reasoning. So this also offers an opportunity for standardizing the practice as we train our healthcare providers.
Thank you. That's very, very interesting and very helpful. Dr. Kate, you also had something to say.
Yes.
Please